apostrophe R-E means they are.
Hi, I'm Jen with the Faithful Sidekicks, and I am here today to tell you about Letter Jam. Letter Jam just came out in 2019 at Gen Con. It was a huge hit, and we got to try it there and loved it. This is a cooperative letter deduction game. We're all working together to give each other clues as to what letters we've got in our word. But let me actually walk you through the game a little bit, because this one's easier to understand as it goes. First, you would set up, each person would need enough letters in front of them to create a word. This is a dummy player. I'm sitting in the dummy player spot. So I would take a stack of these letters. The letters have QR codes on them in case they get the app going, which I can't remember if it's up or not yet. I haven't checked lately. It's not necessary. The app would be a bonus thing. And you find a word, make a word out of some of the letters for one of your neighbors. I just found the letters C, A, K, and E. So I am giving my neighbor the word cake. They won't know this because I'm going to take the 4 letters and shuffle them up. So I don't even know what order they're in, and then lay them out for my neighbor. And you'll notice this player has a 5-letter word. You can actually vary the difficulty from person to person. So that 5-letter word, that's for Eric. And if you have less than 6 players in the game, because this is designed for up to 6, 2 to 6 players, then you get dummy players in. We're going to call this dummy player Max, because I really like what is the name of that movie with the frisbees and the alien and the Flight of the Navigator. And Max is in Flight of the Navigator. So this is Max. Now, once everyone has a word in front of them, they all take the standee and put up the first letter in their collection of letters so that they cannot see it, but everyone else can. And the dummy just gets to put up a letter as well. So you always have enough letters. Then we each will have our own copy of the note from the notepad and a writing utensil, and we'll be able to make notes so that when someone can give a clue that includes the letter in front of us, we can make note of what the clue was to be able to figure out what the letter is. So the people at this table would be looking around at the letters they can see, which does not include their own, and decide what kind of a clue they can give. And I am looking at an S and a bunch of vowels. This is where the wild comes in. The wild is always available. So I might say I can give a 4-letter clue. It helps out 2 players, and it also includes the wild. And then other people could also bid how long of a word can they give, how many players is it going to help, but you can't specify which players. And then, let's say mine is actually accepted, then we would go, these are tokens with numbers on them, so you can actually keep track of which one it is, and if yours is one of the letters that has a token in front of it, you would actually make note of what was given that you could see, and then put a question mark in the spot for your letter. And let's say this person is really confident what their letter is. They can put it down and move to the next letter before the next clue is given. Once everyone has a firm guess of what all their letters are, then they take the time to rearrange their letters so that they form a word. And then everyone takes a turn revealing their word. If you can come up with a word in the right order, this one I should have rearranged it. But let's say I had actually rearranged it. Look, hey, I got it. It's a word. If everyone else manages it all as well, we all win. Yay. Sometimes a word let's say the word in front of me, it was handed to me as team. I rearranged it because I didn't know what the original word was, but I was able to come up with the word meat, M-E-A-T. That's still valid. It doesn't have to be the same word that was originally intended. As long as I can create a word, it's good enough. So there's also, in the middle of the table here, a card that looks like a flower with orange and green little chips. Every time a clue is given, one of these chips is removed from the card. Once they're all gone, no more clues available. Our time has run out. We have to make our best guess as to what word we've got in front of us. The first time you give a clue, you take an orange chip. If everyone has given a clue, then all the orange chips are gone, and there's one more green available. The interesting thing about these chips is they look like mints. They're about that size. But don't let that fool you. They're not worth sucking on. They're translucent. They're a pretty component of the game, actually. And they certainly get the job done. They're lovely pieces. I love these tokens. They look like fruit. They're thick, they're solid, chunky. They theme really well with the game. And I do want to mention that the box itself is nice and fairly compact. I really like that. And if you are desperate to take this game with you, you could even pack it down smaller than this box into something else if you wanted. But this is even a reasonable size for traveling, and there's not a ton of wasted space in here, so I really do appreciate that. And this game is for 2 to 6 players, put out by CGE, and I think we should just do a close-up on the name because there's no way I'm going to pronounce it properly for the game designer. This game is a wonderful, wonderful game because, well, first of all, I love co-op games, but this is the deduction involved in this one is just a lot of fun. It's a bit of a thinky game, but not overwhelmingly so because it's letters and words, and we're talking 4-letter words or 5-letter words, unless we're going really crazy and want something really hard, in which case, you know, you brought that on yourself when you asked for a 7-letter word. And so it's deduction, but within a manageable box. It's actually a lot of fun, and I highly recommend it.
THEY apostrophe RE means they are.